If you are new to the channel, then subscribe the channel and press the bell icon for further notification. Okay student, welcome you all to this new lecture in advanced level where you are solving previous year IIT JEE questions on method of differentiation. So in this lecture we will be solving from question number 4C to question number 7A. Okay, then let's try to solve these questions. Next, if you come to question number 4C, if fx is continuous and differentiable function and f1 by n is 0 for all n greater than 1 and n is integer. So all integers 1, 2, 3, 4. Then which of these is satisfying? One is saying fx 0 between these, f0 is 0, f dash 0, fx, f dash x is 0, f double dash is also 0, f0 is 0, f dash is need not to be 0. So let's check one by one. Now because they are saying n is greater than 1, n is integer. So 1 by n means what are the values? This will give some points. That means if you, because n is integer, so it will be 1 by 1, 1 by 2, 1 by 3, all these points. So 0, 0.5, 0.25, 0.7, 0.33, 0.75, all this formula. So some fractions it will give from 0 to 1. Not all the fractions will come. So you cannot say that all the fractions, if x is any fraction, then fx will be 0. No. 1 by n is fraction, but these are some specific fractions. Only these fractions, these series fractions. So only these values are, because you can see 1 between 0.5 and 0.33, there are so many fractions. All these will not come. Only this natural number divided by, or some fractions will come. Not all fractions will come. So you cannot say option A, because option A they is saying all, for all fractions it is 0. So it is not correct. Now if you come to option B, they are saying f0 equal to 0. Now one thing they have given, limit x tends to 0 1 by n, f1 by n is equal to 0. Sorry, f1 by n they is equal to 0. Okay, for any value of n. So if I take n is very large number, very large integer, n is tending to 8 full, so that also should give me 0. Okay, so what is the definition of continuity? If I check the continuity at, and what does this mean? This means I am going, n tends to infinity means I am going, 1 by infinity means 0. I am going very close to 0. So that is f0 plus. What is the continuity says? f0 plus should be equal to f0. Now they have already given that f0 equal to 0. Because if n tends to infinity, it is going 0 plus. So that should be equal to, because this is 0 plus. N is going infinity, this is 0 plus, and this f1 by n is they have given 0. So I know from continuity 0 plus should be equal to 0, and the value of 0 plus is 0, because they have given n is going, any integer you take, it will be always 0. So if you take a very large integer, then also it is 0. So therefore it is 0. That means it is proved f0 should be equal to 0. Because f is continuous, so 0 plus should be equal to 0. And this is 0 plus. If n goes to infinity, then this will be 0 plus. So B first part is okay. The second part, what is f dash 0? Limit f of h minus f0 by this. Actually what will be this function? This function will be of this fashion. At some points 0, the answer is, output is 0, because f1 by n is 0. At some fractions it is 0. So at some fractions it is 0, and f0 is also 0, starting point is also 0. And let us see this f dash 0 at this point. This will be the function will look like this. So it is fh minus f0 divided by h. Now what is fh? It is actually 0 plus h. So it is f0 plus minus f0. f0 is 0, they have given divided by h. f0 plus we have already seen it is 0 because it is continuous. f0 plus is f0. So it will be 0 by h. So 0 by h you can write. 0 by h is answer is 0. So okay, this is correct what they are saying. That means option B is correct option, because f dash is also 0 is also 0. Now if you come to second one, f dash x is equal to 0. F double dash x is also 0. Now you can see your f dash x is 0 between 0 to 1, they are saying. But it is not the correct. 0 to 1, you have seen the function is something of this fashion, because it is oscillating. At some points it is coming 0. So if it is coming 0 at some points, that means it has to come up and then go and then come up. It has to cross this point at some point, because it is not lying, because it is at some points it is 0. So again if it has to be 0, it has to come back, again it has to come back. So if you take differentiation at some points it will be 0, not at every point differentiation will be 0. So that's why it is not correct from the figure you see. And D f0 is okay, but f dash 0 need not to be 0. It is not that, we have seen f dash 0 is 0. So D is also wrong. So B is the correct answer. Next, if you come to 4D, f of x minus y is fx gy minus fy gx, and gx minus y is gx gy plus fx fy. If the right hand derivative at x equal to 0 exists for fx, then derivative of gx at x equal to 0. Okay, they are asking that RHD is existing for f0. Okay, Now if you see this one, fx minus y, fx gy, gy1, what things comes into mind? Sin a minus b, sin a cos b, cos a sin b, sin a minus b, sin a cos b, cos a minus cos a sin b, something of this fashion. This is also a minus b, cos a cos b plus cos a minus b, cos a cos b plus sin a sin b. So actually gx is nothing but cos function and fx is nothing but sin function. So that's why it is sin x minus y, sin x cos y minus cos y sin x. Sin x minus y, sin x cos y minus cos x sin y, cos x sin y. So you can see it is satisfying. So this is actually the function. So you can think from that way also, no need to, we'll do it different way also. But if you can find that some of the function is satisfying all this condition, then you directly apply this one. They are asking what the derivative of g at 0. So you know gx is cos x, so gx is minus sin x, at 0 it will be 0. So answer is 0. But suppose you cannot find it in the exam, you cannot figure out that it is matching with some function, then you have to go by this way. Now this is given to you. So if you take x is equal to y and both equal to 0, so it will be 0 and it will be f0 is 0 minus f0 is 0. So this is cancelling. So f0 is 0 they have given. Now if you put only y0, so what will be your fx? This is fx g0 minus f, this is 0, so fx g0. You don't know g0, so you cannot find. Okay, if you take fx common, it is 1 minus. So if you take fx common, it will be 1 minus g0, that is equal to 0. So fx cannot be 0 because the derivative of fx exists, they are saying, right hand derivative. One derivative is existing means fx, if f is 0, then how come derivative will exist? Derivative will be 0. Because they say f dash x is existing, so this cannot be 0. That means g0 is 1. So one thing, f0 and g0 you have calculated. Now now come to this one, second one. So it is gxy. So if you put x is equal to y, it is g0, g square y, g square x plus f square. So 1 is equal to g0 is already 1. So you put this one. So you differentiate this one because you need g dash x. So 0 to gx g dash x to fx f dash x. With respect to x I am derivating. At x equal to 0 I am putting, so I am putting x equal to 0 here. So g0 f0 f dash. Now f0 is already 0, so this part will be gone. So this is 1, so your answer is 0. We have already done it using sine standard our functions format. Now if you come to question number 5, for x is greater than 0, limits x tends to 0, this one, sin x to the power 1 by s, 1 minus x to the power sin x is. Now if you put x tends to 0, what does it become? It is becoming 0 to the power infinity, and it is becoming infinity to the power 0. Now I have explained in limit there are different 7 indeterminate format. 0 to the power infinity is not indeterminate. 0 to the power infinity is always 0. But infinity to the power 0 is indeterminate format. So you have to be careful, don't get confused. So these 7 indeterminate format, you have to remember which one are the indeterminate. So this one is not indeterminate. This one, there are standard answer 0. This one you cannot say answer. So this limit will be 0. If you put it 0, 0 to the power infinity will come, answer is 0. But here you cannot say. So here you have to try with L'Hopital rule. So generally power to the power, we take the help of log y. So log y will be equal to sin x will come, this one. So it will be minus this sin x, I will take 1 by sin x because for L'Hopital it should be u by v format. So this sin x I can write 1 by sin x. Now you differentiate it, log x, or in fact you can take care of this sin x because you can give 1x and then 1 by x. So this sin x by x, or you can write it sin x by x 1 by, or this sin x can go there. So then this will be 1. So it will left with log x by 1 minus x. So you apply L'Hopital rule. Then if you put x tends to 0, you will find this is 0. So this is log y, not y. So your y will be equal to 1. So this answer is 1. This limit answer is 1. And this limit is, and standard answer is 0. So 0 plus 1, your answer is 1. So for this question, you have to remember all indeterminate format. 0 to the power infinity, answer is 0. But infinity to the 0, we don't know. So that one we have to apply L'Hopital. And from that we found this is 1, this is 0. So answer is 0 plus 1, 1. So this was the catch. You have to know which one is indeterminate, which one is not indeterminate. 6 we have already seen in JEE question number 5. So you can check that one. Now if you come to question number 7. 7a, if gx is equal to ln fx, where fx is twice differentiable for positive function on 0 to infinity, such that fx plus 1 is x into fx, then for n 1 2 3 dot 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 g double dash n plus half minus g dash half is equal to what answer they are asking. So you see this one, g dash n plus half by minus g double dash half. So if you think that it is x, so you can think it is actually half. If you take x, then it is actually x and then x plus 1, because your n is positive integer. So if you take x is equal to half, because it is actually, if you take n equal to 1, it is 3 by 2, n equal to 2, it is really 5 by 2. So all these things will come. So if you can think it in this way, if I take x is equal to half, this is x, then it is x plus 1. Suppose I am considering for n equal to 1, rest things will come, it will come automatically. So if n is equal to 1, then it is 1 plus half, and this is already half. So I am thinking of this way, gx plus 1 minus gx. So gx plus 1 minus gx is, what is gx? They have given ln. So gx plus 1 is ln fx plus 1 minus ln fx. Now fx plus 1, they have given x into fx, so I will put x into fx. So this one is a product format as ln x plus ln fx. So ln fx minus ln fx will cancel, so it will be ln x only. So if you do differentiation of this one, gx minus this dash, it will be 1 by x. Again you do second derivative, it will be minus 1 by x square. So now you put x equal to half. What does it will look like? So if you put x equal to half, it will be g double dash 3 by 2 minus g dash half is equal to minus 1 by 4. Half it is, so half of it will be half square 4 will come up minus 4. Now if you continue with this one, because this is a series, you need to find this one, n by plus 2 plus this one. So if you put n equal to 3 by 2, then it will be 3 by 2 plus 1, 5 by 2, it will be 3 by 2. So similarly last one, if you put n equal to minus n minus half, so n minus half plus 1, it will be n plus half. These things will come, you are getting minus, I am putting x equal to n minus half. So if you write this series and if you add this, what thing, this will get cancelled. So similarly this will get cancelled, this one will get cancelled. So ultimately these and these will left. So that is given in the left hand side, you see this one. So g double dash n plus half minus g double dash half. So that will be equal to, if you add this series, it will look like this. Minus 4, if you take common, it will be 1, 1 by 9, 1 by 25. Last one is 2n minus 1 whole square. That is your option A. If you like the video, then press the like button and please give your valuable comments in the comment section.